Just J out. That is so annoying. Seriously?
Our victory is near.
He deserved that. He deserved that. I can't. That's another. Well, how did I not see that guy? And that whole tour, I didn't see him anywhere. But good on him. He was very careful not to lock me up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's kind of what I'm getting at with the rant. It's just I don't understand why they've made just one niche so. And again, I hesitate to even say one country because they have put those planes in quite a few different countries. Ugh. I'll be happy when the newness in the sale finally wears off. Maybe that'll start to help. But honestly, if I'm being real, hasn't been that bad this morning. I mean, actually, each time I've died, yeah, it's been to something like that, but the only one that I got spammed on was like the very only one game I feel like so far.
Critical speed.
I think this is number 5. This is 5 or 6, so after this we'll change it up a little bit. I think I'll go do some France. I want to try the old S5 out a little bit. Definitely a problem with the 30s. Modern premiums for over a year when other nations did. It's a poorly balanced, yet that's one of the better ways to put it. Because it is very much a cycle. And going with the TikTok is probably not a bad way just because that's how they kind of cycle their premiums. They have, so far what I've seen, right, they've got their premiums and then they ride those premiums for a little bit, then those premiums will go on sale and then your new premiums will come out. So, exactly. But that said, yeah, even when the 16s came out, they were pretty careful to not let those 16s be any more competitive than anything else by far. They're fun, but yeah, they aren't going to be blowing the pants off anything, and the 30s are pretty. I'm only so hesitant because, again, I don't have the means to fly one and fully compare it. The 33 I will very soon, but... Oh, god damn it, he just flew right into the ground. Yeah, acquire him. God, where was he at? He's like behind me? Well, that one's frustrating. I definitely wouldn't have went through there like that. I thought my highest target there was that 27. I just built 2 new pieces. Please! Well, send me one. Loan me one. Loan me one. Hey, look, I'm beating up P40. At least we're getting something done. Is that really the next one up? Wow. No. Yeah, we got a lot to do back here. We got a lot to do. I think that was, yep. Okay, so we're right here. I've got my fingers crossed. I actually got, I think it's still just like a secondary feeler process for that motherboard test, but it's looking like that review program is actually kind of legit for Asus, so while I still don't expect to actually have a motherboard show up on my door to test, the second step of that process has been done. Dude, that looks really nice. Well done, a 5080? PCs are getting really kind of easy to do, or at least like the cases are getting really easy to work with. So much good open space. That looks really nice, man. Well done. And then a 57, dude, you're set, man. Dude. That's more than most people have in one, and that 5080 one is looking sick. So much power nowadays. I went with the 1200 when I did my last build, and I remember thinking, God, that is just crazy kind of overkill. Most power supplies weren't even at like 850 watts when I built that, so like 1200 was almost unthinkable. And even with this PC, now that power supply never breaks a sweat, but I'm still very glad that I went with a full-on, 1200 as opposed to even 1000, especially since I'm running both those video cards. But oh, you're just reminding me how much I want to do that I can't right now. Such a bummer. Such a bummer. It really is. My gosh. Not just for me, but it does seem like it is just a time right now that it's just bad timing for this RAM shortage. I don't know why it seems that way, but it just seems like it for a lot of different people right now that it's just really affecting a lot of things unexpectedly. Micro Center, I build them in my free time as a side gig. Oh, no kidding. That's kind of what I used to do. Uh, Parts used to be very easy to come by, and I used to have two Fry's Electronics that were close that I would go to if I needed stuff. Um, Now I just kind of rely with what's on hand. There are a few PC centers around, um, but yeah, for the most part, I always kind of relied on Newegg and different things like that. It's been a minute since I've dealt with having to source some of that stuff now, so yeah, Newegg was like where I started. And then I've always been an Intel guy, but in particular this board for Asus is going to be an AMD board, so I'll likely try to, or so who doesn't want the new, Ryzen 9, but I would probably try and get my hands on a 7, what is it, the 98 X3D, is it 9800, and then the 9 is the 9950, I think, the X3D. Just because that board that they're particularly talking about isn't, I think it would do better with that particular chip, but I think I'm still a little bit partial to Intel. I just, yeah, the 800, yeah, it seems like that, especially for testing, if I were to actually like do a full-on test, I would probably use that one just because it's a little more established. Probably be easier to get solid numbers and stuff like that. Just the thought of doing something like that even sounds fun. It's been so long. That was one of the reasons I was really excited. Like, oh, I'm gonna get to build a new PC that I haven't done since I did this one. And I had so much fun with that one. But it was disappointing when I was done with it because there was nothing like this yet. I mean, streaming was kind of a thing, but not really. Get over that mountain. Oh, no luck there. Just hit that mountain. It's shooting at me. There's a second here. Getting tunnel vision today. Yeah, come to find, I guess I do actually really enjoy building things together. Building PC was always something I super enjoyed. And then now, since I've been home, doing the models and kind of learned how to work on my truck, like that was kind of crazy. Alright, we're still super rusty, but we're making it work. Get him, baby. Sometimes I have to turn that off. Pull up, you piece of shit. Only because I fat fingered that. I swore I turned that maw off, dumping all my flares that I needed to take on that F-18. And then when I went to do that maneuver, I got the goddamn air brake stuck out. Ugh. It's rusty. It's rust. Rusty, rusty, rusty. We a step or two. We're 2 steps slow today. Is there? I've kind of heard of this. So is that when you're saying micro center is like a place that you can go and like sit down and do your builds there? Is that kind of what you mean? 3-in-1 bundle. Yeah, I'll check it out. And it's a store. That's cool. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. A lot of people don't have the space, and I think a lot of people, oh, I can build a PC, right? And they sit down to do it, and they order all their parts, and then they go to put it together, but then they don't wear gloves, or they don't, statically protect the environment, or they don't, are careful about contaminants and stuff getting in, and then they have all these issues, and they can't figure out why. It's like, well, you statically discharged the board like 3 times and fried it, like it's all these little things that some people don't think of that I'm sure a micro center would, at least provide you that semi-sterile environment to do that in. That's funny. I have to look because I know that one of those did open around here. It has always been a bigger thing out here, in Arizona anyway. It's not like a tech center type of place, like California or something might be, but there were some pretty big stores and stuff around here. I wasn't surprised to see Fry's go under, but I was really disappointed because that was a really fun place to go and kind of geek out. But you could tell every time I went in that place, I'm like, I don't know how they keep these doors open. Like, there's just so much junk in here. Like, how can they possibly sell enough to keep the lights on? And sure enough, can't keep an amusement park like that open as a retail store. But it was fun while it lasted.